Hey everybody, it's Durger time. Welcome to another episode of Cyberpunk Pro Wrestling. Where we last left off, we had another episode of Cyberpunk. We kind of reset some of our storylines, and we've been dealing with some money issues after that last show. I know not to be too worried about it, just because we could be in the negative for a long time, and we are going to be making about, I don't know, enough, let's say. We're going to be making about probably... We're going to make it back to flat, but we do want to grow the money because we've been talking about maybe making a venue. We've been talking about, wanting to expand it a little bit. We're having great momentum, though, which is what's getting me excited. Unfortunately, though, we're still ranked low. So that's going to be the sort of focus, is how do we start boosting that ranking up? Because some of the show here, it's not great. I mean, some of these areas are really hurting us. So something we have to look at, unfortunately. But we do have some new storylines to work towards, and we do have a new scheduled event, which is Hack the Planet in September week 4. So we have 2 episodes of Cyberpunk to build towards that. From there, I think we might want to get another stronger worker. Because looking at this here, one of my major concerns is that we don't have good workhorses. We got like Kimberly and Eddie Kingston and Neuromancer can go okay, but that's about it. Everybody else is rating really lowly. But we have to take a look at, maybe is there somebody else out there that can work. I don't necessarily need to be based in this area, but I want somebody that's relatively new. But I'm looking for good in-ring workers, is the trick here. Let's see if there's anything out there. It looks like a big flat nothing there. Okay, so let's go with any. I specifically want someone that is available, is the trick here. Too higher, a wrestler. Okay. So who do we have here? Cyberpunk. Actually, not that bad of an idea. Costs too much money, though. But basically, we're looking for strong workers. Popularity doesn't matter so much, but we really want strength of work rate. Let's see, too much money, though. We really need somebody within that, under 1,000 rate, probably. I mean, how much are we paying our guys right now, is the question, I guess. Let's see. Show contract details. Okay. Who's our highest wage is $580. Who's not wrestled yet because he's injured. So we're looking at $600 probably is the top range for us. So let's look here. I just want one other person that can be working. Okay, I want, let's just say decent. And at most regional level. Oh, that's a lot of people. Okay, that's too many people. I'm going to lower it down to somebody within their first 8 years. So Bandito, Evil. It's going to be way too much. Oh, he's only 800 for show? And he can wrestle in the U.S.? Huh. Well, ain't that interesting? Kobayashi. So AGBW. Also 800. Not a bad option. And then Bandito. It's 1,000. Huh. That's an interesting thought, don't you think? What's his skills at? Above average Rumble, Very strong performance, strong physical, above average camera, above. This is a good get. He doesn't speak English though, so we're gonna have a language barrier problem. And he's working 2 locations, not the end of the world. Not a bad. Okay, what if I drop you down? Can I get you for 600 for 3 years? One of our icons, never lowered an upper mid Carter. How about that? I will not cover your travel costs, and I'll give you hiring veto. Why not? He'll take it. Ooh, let's do it. That's not a bad option. We could really do some stuff with him. Good worker, good price. Already pretty popular because of his work in New Japan. That might be a great get for us. That might really turn the tide, and it's not outside of our price. It's going to cost us a little bit more, but I think it might pay off. It says we got that get. I don't think we need anybody else right now. I think that's pretty good. We do have some minor morale issues. Gaff, or AKA Darbin Alley, has some issues. Please read some booking. Annoyed at being refused a full pay raise. Yeah, well, whatever. Kingston has some major morale issues, but we're fine with that, and minor morale issues. Not the end of the world. Okay, let's go ahead and fast forward. We'll see if we can get him onto the roster, and then we'll start booking the next episode of Cyberpunk. All right, let's see here what we got. We got our negotiation in. Probably going to be a main eventer at this point, but we'll just go ahead and auto book it and find out. And what else we got going on here? Unhappy push giving her. Okay, let's see what Brandy's talking about here. She is. We'll take a look at what that is. Whisper spends deal with Chikara, no big deal. Okay, let's see what we got with Nexus. We have her at lower mid Carter. She's probably going to be in mid. Yeah, that's fine. We can move her up. That's not a big deal. Everybody pretty much the same spot, probably. Lower. I feel like that's going to be off. Yeah, upper mid Carter seems right for there. Okay, and then where's Taki? Main eventer. Okay. So we could just take his New Japan gimmick. Or we can make it our own. I don't mind just going evil. I think that works for this. Very strong heel, so we'll keep him on there. It does overbalance, I think, our main event scene. Not horribly. We have Icarus and Kimberly as faces, everybody else as heels. That's a little rough. We also have Alpha in the upper mid Carters that could probably move up to main if we need him to. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Yeah, he's still upper mid Carter, so that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Cyberpunk. All right, we are back. Oh, and we got our first Hall of Immortals. Jushin Liger, who retired, looks like has joined the game's Hall of Immortals. That's interesting because actually he is retiring this year as we film this, so that's kind of a interesting similarity between this game and real life. It's kind of fun. All right, let's see what's going on here. Nothing really. Oh no. We finished 7th out of 8. We have fallen back to local and entered our shock phase. So that is rough. We just couldn't keep the momentum going, and we've fallen back down. So, I mean, that was our worry about where we were in our rankings, and that is kind of what was to be expected. We do have a show tonight. Unfortunately, we won't gain any popularity through it, so that will be a problem. Where are we on the progress bar? This is popularity progress, 11 across. We need to achieve over 11, so we've always been kind of just skirting it, and we must have just fallen just below. That's a bummer. All right. Well, we will deal with it. We do have an advantage now of having a tri-state broadcaster. That will help us get a little bit more momentum, and we'll work through it. That's a bummer. I was kind of thinking that was happening because we were just getting clobbered in the rankings. Now, the advantage right now, though, is that we're not really privy to the regional rankings, so we'll be able to boost up pretty quickly. But definitely a setback. That's not what you wanted to see. Yeah, in regional battles, I don't even know if we're in the regional battles. Yeah. Well, regional, we're top 7, so we're just beating Chikara. But the problem is that Lucha's going to be hard to beat. Ring of Honor is going to be hard to beat. NXT is going to be hard to beat. Really, what we want to do is try to probably build up past CCW. Or get a partnership with somebody. So that's something else we could look at, too. Is there an alliance we can form or join that will give us a boost? Like a New Japan World's probably not going to accept us in, right? And obviously WWE is not going to. World Wrestling Network with Impact and Shine and Evolve probably won't. Huh. That's Full Impact Pro. That's interesting. That would give us Evolve, Impact, and Shine. So what does an alliance give us? Can use alliance loans to borrow workers, can propose talent trades, will take no damage from other members in national or regional. That would be good for us as we move forward, because I think in our regional, I think Evolve was that part of one of the alliances? Evolve, we would basically not take any damage from, and we wouldn't damage them. That could be useful. If we break up out of the alliance, we'll be at war with them, but it may be useful to avoid dealing with that complication. Let's do it. Let's join them. Full Impact Pro will have no benefit against. Shine will have no benefit against. But not getting a hit from Evolve is one less thing we have to worry about, which is pretty good. Let's do it. Cool. So now in the Alliance Network, we can invite people, vote to expel people, get an alliance loan. Is there an alliance title? Yeah, there's a WWN title. So we could probably maybe get that title on the show every once in a while, which is cool. We can also do some loans. So if there's somebody that we want, we can get a cheaper rate potentially. So like, you want Priscilla Kelly or Austin Theory. Eddie Kingston we already have. So there's some advantages there. For the most part, we really wouldn't do that. Just because it's probably cheaper for us to just grab them, and just put them on a pay PV, contract. But at the very least, we won't have to worry about competing against Evolve in our own region, and we can work on chipping away at CZW. Would probably be a benefit. All right, so let's go ahead and book the show. It's real disappointing though that we fell down there. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. We're gonna select our broadcaster. I did feel like we jumped up too quickly, anyways. So that's not that shocking to me. We have a locker room incident. Brian Connor was brought before Wrestler's Court. Okay, so Evil's now our Wrestler Court judge. Is isolated by the language barrier is unfortunate. We might want to get another worker that can speak both, just so that there's somebody that he can talk to. Let's meddle. Let's do Brian Connor and Evil. It's going to be tough with the language barrier. Right now, though, we got a pretty bad backstage locker room here. We got no notable relationships, no notable personalities. One with a negative just because the language barriers make it difficult, and we have no locker room leaders. So it's not great. Things could definitely fall into disarray very quickly there. So that can be a problem. But what are you going to do? We're talking about making a venue. Someone mentioned that they should look for the Wrestle Factory, but I don't think it's actually here. Yeah, I don't see it. I think in the game, at least in this mod, the Wrestle Factory. Oh no, there it is. The Wrestle Factory. Venue 200. Only 104 fans are expected. Is a hotbed. Higher cost is cheap. Yeah, that looks perfect. We'll wrestle the Wrestle Factory. And that's exactly what we want. We want a hotbed. We want people to come in going, yeah, absolutely. All right. Let's book this show. I was real disappointed about falling in category, but let's see if we can make the best out of this. All right, guys, I'm back. Since we dropped so far, I'm just like going all out in the booking here at this point. Trying to get as much momentum as we can. I know we're in a shocked phase, so we can't really gain that much popularity, but I think we can use this opportunity to start building up some momentum in terms of character popularity. So I kind of put a lot of people on this show. Obviously is leading up to Hack the Planet, which hopefully will be a good show for us. And then after that, we should be out of our shocked phase, and hopefully we can move back quickly to small. That's the goal, at least. Let's go ahead and continue with the show. So we start off with a promo from Neuromancer, who's kind of acting GM of Cyberpunk, obviously, and announces that because all the new competitors have been flooding into Cyberpunk, that he felt the best opportunity to give everyone a chance is that there will be a 4-way at Hack the Planet for the championship, which means that Kimberly will be one of those 4, and that they will be looking for 3 other competitors tonight based on our performances, to give everyone an opportunity to shine. Nothing special here in terms of the segment. It gets a fine rating. It's about what we expect from him. We have a very, very short match. We have Young Boy Jody in his redemption arc, defeating Timmy Lou Reeton in 4 minutes. The match deserved better announcing for some reason. And they didn't do bad, actually. Jody got a 27. Timmy Lou Reeton got a 20. And we started Young Boy Jody's comeback storyline. Our young lion getting a win. Maybe he can do something. We have a video package showing that Evil has arrived in Cyberpunk, and will be fighting tonight. He debuts his weird gimmick. He gets above average rating. Gets about a 25 rating for his video package segment. Not bad. Hopefully he does well for us, is what I'm hoping. And we have Gaff cuts a promo after the video package. And he talks about his gang and how they're united, and how he knows that tonight he's going to prove that should be one of those other 3 to get that championship shot. Eddie Kingston comes in and interrupts him, all hot and fired, and says that, Gaff basically just pretends to live that life, and that if you're really looking for a big badass, it's Kingston. He should be the one that gets that shot tonight. In fact, he should be the one in charge of Gaff's gang, because he doesn't know anything, that kind of thing. Still deserves better announcing. We should look at maybe getting another announcer. Gets the crowd hotter, which is good. But basically, we got Kingston kind of almost challenging Gaff for his gang, which is kind of an interesting sort of fold into this whole thing. So we'll have to see how that plays out. We have a debut of the Cyber Demon, aka Hollow Wicked. This match isn't great, but it's mostly Beast's fault. Extremely short. Cyber Demon completely dominates Beast in 5 minutes with submission. Gives him Shikara special. He gets a very good debut for his mysterious gimmick. Was really off his game, though. Got the crowd hotter. 19 and 29. It's not bad. Surprisingly low, though. This is a really poorly scored match, all things considered. But we give Cyber Demon a dominant win in his debut. And speaking of dominant wins, we have the Cyberhawks, the tag team champions, go against some local talent. And they defeat both of them handily in 4 minutes with a submission. Does okay. Not too bad. All things considered, it's kind of what we would expect. Chase Ryan's improving, but we don't care. He's just a jobber. Every time I'm throwing these jobbers out here, I am kind of looking to see if they have any chemistry with people, because they're pretty cheap, and we could always bring it at our level. A jobber is not that much different than one of our mid-carders, so we could always pull somebody up, and it might be beneficial for us. We have a match with Kimberly versus Ace Austin, everyone's least favorite wrestler on Cyberpunk. It's a decent reaction, subpar wrestling. Kimberly defeats Ace Austin in 5 minutes of submission with an armbar, just kind of showing some dominance. They don't click, didn't really show well in her performance. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Kimberly gets 36, Ace Austin gets a 20. People don't seem to hate Ace Austin anymore. The audience didn't really like to see him, so that's good to hear. 26 actually isn't that bad, all things considered. We have Icarus versus Neuromancer. Neuromancer's kind of throwing his hat in the ring to take a shot for that 4-way. But Icarus actually defeats Neuromancer in 3 minutes with submission. Really quick match. Neuromancer ends up taking a cheap fall. And ends up getting getting a loss. Getting better in his gimmick is Icarus has a 36. Neuromancer has a 37. Not bad. 32 plus. Not that bad of a match at all. Kingston and Gaff go head to head. It's had good heat, decent wrestling. Gets a 30. Eddie Kingston defeats Gaff in 10 minutes by pinfall. Deserves some better announcing again. We got to figure out what's going on with that announcing. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Eddie had a 35. Gaff had a 30. So we have sort of a fall from Gaff. Kingston going head to head with him actually dominated him. And it looks like Kingston's going to beat him down, but the gang does come out to protect Gaff, and Kingston retreats. So kind of an interesting element there is that despite Kingston kind of showing some dominance, they still seem to be, at least at this point, loyal to Gaff and come out and help him out. We have in our main event the debuting Evil versus Atha. And it's a decent match. Evil in about 15 minutes wins, defeats Atha by pinfall. Visibly tiring. We probably moved Atha a little too long. Again, deserves better announcing. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Got the crowd buzzing. 36 from Evil, 27 from Atha. Not too bad. And then finally we end the show with just saying that the Cyber Demon, Icarus, Eddie Kingston, and Kimberly will all be fighting at Hack the Planet together to end up facing each other, and one of them will become either will retain in Kimberly's part, or the other three may end up becoming a new Cyberpunk champion. Kind of unfair to Kimberly that she's kind of thrown in this thing, but that of course has a situation of all comers are coming after her, and it actually starts the storyline with that. And we will see how that plays out. Will she be able to actually retain it, or will the numbers disadvantage overwhelm her? So not bad. 31. It's about where we've been. We end up having 114 people at the Wrestle Factory, which is good. We did have some issues early on. I think Beast was off his game. Just give some encouragement. Try to boost Evil. I don't know if that'll actually matter for him. And Young Boy Jody will complement a good performance too. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump to the office. Hopefully everything's okay. It seems like some of our morale issues have gone away, which is good. Obviously, we're not going to get any prestige, very low momentum. We spent a lot of money. Unhappy with the quality. Did not meet their standards. Well, screw you. Dad, I don't care about local tri-states quality. You need an E33. Well, you're going to get what you're going to get, or you're going to let us go. That's fine. We're only on late nights. We've got a 5-month contract. Now, that may actually give us a benefit. We'll have to see how that plays out. We don't get any TV revenue from them because it's free to air, but we might get a bump in merch sales and maybe attendance. So it's helpful to have, but not the end of the world if we don't have it. Expenditures, we spent a lot of money on workers. That's fine. We'll deal with it, and we'll move forward from there, but we need to quickly try to get back to small. I don't like being back to local already. We went right back to the garage, and that's not really the plan. But in 11 days, we have Hack the Planet. We'll have a pretty good show there. Hopefully, after September, we can start to gain some momentum and get back to small as quickly as possible. All right, guys, thank you for watching today. I'll see you next time.